The White House just hit Canada and Mexico with brutal new tariffs. 25% on all goods, 10% on Canadian energy. And Canada? We're fighting back, slamming $155 billion in counter tariffs on American imports. This is not just a trade dispute, this is an economic war. And the casualties could be millions of jobs. This is the biggest trade disruption in decades. And it's about to change the way we shop, the way we work, and the way we live. Economic parameters expected to get ugly from here. For decades, we've enjoyed a world where trade between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico was smooth, easy, and, most importantly, cheap. But that era, it's officially over. And before you say, that's just politics. No, this affects you, your wallet, your business, and your future in ways you won't believe. So, let's understand the tariff works its impact. Okay, let's break it down. Tariffs sound simple. You add 25% to the price of something, right? But in reality, it's a mind-bending maze of trade laws, loopholes, and crazy supply chains. Here's where it gets tricky. Where is a product really from? If a bike is assembled in Canada but made with Chinese parts, is it Canadian or Chinese? What about a cake made with imported flour, eggs, and sugar? Is it still a Canadian cake? This is where something called the Harmonized System, HS, comes in. It's like a universal barcode for goods, and then we have rules of origin, complicated laws that determine whether a product gets slapped with a tariff or not. And under CUSMA, the new NAFTA, most things should be tariff-free, but with these new trade wars, that protection is fading fast. Let's get real. Who actually pays for tariffs? Well, you do. Take blueberries, for example. British Columbia farmers need new bushes to keep growing, but those plants come from the U.S. If tariffs hit, the cost of replanting skyrockets. More expensive blueberries? You bet. Now let's talk cars, the heart of Canada's manufacturing economy. A single crankshaft in your car crosses the border 6 times before the car is even built. If tariffs hit each crossing, the price of your car jumps thousands of dollars. Factories may shut down, supply chains will slow, and jobs? They're on the line. The scary part? This isn't just theory, it's already happening. Okay, so big businesses have cash reserves, they'll survive, right? But what about smaller businesses? Most companies that trade with the United States aren't used to paying tariffs up front. They just fill out forms, ship products, and move on. But now, many Canadian businesses will have to pay massive upfront costs just to keep importing and exporting. And here's the real kicker. Some Canadian companies are technically importers of record in the United States. That means they have to directly pay tariffs to the U.S. government. Many of them aren't even set up for this. Bottom line, some businesses could be forced to shut down just because they can't afford to front the cash. It's a brutal cycle that could leave the economy reeling. So, where do we go from here? Well, one thing is clear, these trade tensions are just getting started. Businesses will have to rethink supply chains, governments will have to negotiate, and for everyday consumers, we'll need to brace for higher prices, potential job losses, and a lot of uncertainty. Get faster and smarter from Capital Culture videos, like share and subscribe.